You recall, Mr. Minister Councillor, that when we first discussed the integrated community-based food system project with yourself and the World Food Programme in February 2021, we emphasized how important it is to reflect on the transformation of food system, especially to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, which is also helping us to realize our Vision 2030, which is elaborated in the Harambee Prosperity Tool. In this sense, Brazil and the World Food Programme, with their intensive experience in sustainable supporting communities to transform how food is produced and consumed, are the true partners to Namibia. We must know that not only does Brazil host the World Food Programme Center of Excellency Against Hunger, it has over the 3 decades switched from being a net importer of food to a net importer of food, exporter of food, through increased production and agricultural productivity. As a Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, I have seen many projects being developed and executed all over the world. I know what has worked and I know what has failed. Against this background, I strongly believe that with a clear guidance, vision, and the right attitude, Namibia can move from a net importer of food to an exporter of food. And with our small population, we should reach a stage whereby we will be required to import labor. That is possible once we grow our economy to take up the available national labor force. And I believe agriculture will make a significant contribution to the growth of our economy. And a project like this, you might see it look small today. This is a big project. When I first met George, presenting his credentials to the ministry, I said to George, time must come for the World Food Programme to change its way of operation. Instead of bringing food and give food relief to people in Africa, including Namibia, we want to produce ourselves. And I'm really happy, George. We are really doing that. With the assistance of the World Food Programme in Brazil, Namibia could emulate Brazil's good experience and achieve food security. By driving optional value from our local agricultural value chain, we can strive towards agricultural self-sufficiency and build domestic resilience. This direct benefit and empowerment of our community will also enable us to take our people out of poverty. Poverty is not a natural phenomenon. Poverty is there, but poverty can be dealt with unless we allow our minds to be a mind of poverty. And we must avoid to make our mind to think we are poor. We must install into our mind that we are rich because there are a lot of resources at our disposal that we can make. And as believers, Namibians, we are believers. Unlike animals, we are given the brain to think and make use of what is God put around us. and we must rise to that occasion. I'm informed that the Tsumkwe Integrated Community-Based Food System Project, which is to be handed over today, will provide a diverse food basket which will address nutritional requirements for the clinic, school, and the local community. The surplus vegetables will also stimulate the local economy, which will in turn address poverty, food and nutrition insecurity. However, my call is the impact of this project has to be felt beyond Tsumkwe, should be felt in the whole of Ochodonjupa region and the whole country. As I mentioned earlier, make Tsumkwe a bread basket of food for Namibia, which is possible. It's quite possible that Tsumkwe can be a food basket for Namibia. I believe that it's possible as Brazil and the World Food Program have come on board to assist us on this road, not only here in Tsumkwe, but throughout the country. I remember discussing the program with the ambassador of Brazil, who informed us that the Brazil government has, as a beginning, committed 1.4 million in order for us to start this program all over the country. And I was happy to be informed that Tsumkwe is identified to be one of the beneficiaries. Thank you very much, Chaje. You have really touched the nerve. Honorable councillors, dear citizens of Tsumkwe or residents of Tsumkwe, a chance was presented to us today by Brazil and the World Food Program, and let us grab this chance. For this project to become successful, it is important for the regional leadership, from the governor, the regional councillor, and all those involved, to own it and to be fully involved in its implementation. This project could have a far-reaching results, and I look forward to seeing the impact of what Brazil is giving to us, to be complemented with our all efforts, so that we should forget talking about poverty in our lifetime. So the regional council should really be hands-on and give the full support to our citizens in this area who are involved.